hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Here we go. 70 in. Ready, go.
Now a handoff looking right. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Lamar Jackson, 53 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield.
The play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. But it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now it's Jackson, and it's incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And Jackson throwing once more. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Buks offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Charlie.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And now Edelman. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's go now. 60, orange. Hey, let's go. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Haywood. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the... End zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Back to throw. Watt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Slam, slam.
80 weapon.
Mike 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you
Smooth.
You don't want it. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Get that.
Step.
Off the play fake. Watt airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Edelman set to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Keep putting that ball on the ground.
That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not... be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he gets it to Funches complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, Jackson. Going deep here for Stills. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Stand up in.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd down and goal. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. 3rd and goal, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And it's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Buks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Buks offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Watt. And he comes back with one complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Watt. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Looking to throw. Watt firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Operating from the gun. Watt. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 8 yards out, and the Buks are able to cut in now to that deficit. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this 1st half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He may try and run for this. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Buks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Buks are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Hey, Delta.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Yep.
Get him.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watt airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to throw. Watt. He's got Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The Buks going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Watt. It got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
The final shot before break. Watt. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Intercepted by the Patriots. His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. They're standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Let's go.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half. And Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check 4.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go now. Pittsburgh. 59. Mike to 59.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Buks offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Down to lose 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watt. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Check, 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 check. Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check your hot read.
1st down, here's White. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Third lead, you're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And Stills bringing it in. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Jackson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Don't be scared of it.
Here's Jackson. It's complete. Stills. And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it. No.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
This broke up the return. The Buks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
On 3rd and 2, Watt airing this one out for Evans. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Let's go! 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. 76 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Patriots 49, Buccaneers 20. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Buks offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Off play action. Watt, he'll buy some time right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Watt. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
The Buks forced to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
59. It's a party now. It's a party now.
61. Match Buks.
They go play action with Jackson. Funches has it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Going right side is White. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge. Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8.
All day, every day, any day.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he finds Stills complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready to break.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
218, chopper.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Ready, set.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you in.
To throw on 2nd down. Watt. Going for the deep ball. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw. Watt. And that is incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for him. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Taken from just outside the 30. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 59. 59.
Coming to you.
They'll run on 1st down. It's White. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
On 1st down, it's White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
First down, Patriots.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go.
Let's go, baby.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.